We are out here on a big flat with a little bit of sparse grass, and right now that grass is key. We're sitting in about 6.5 foot of water. That grass is just starting to grow back in. It's only about a foot or two off the bottom, so I'm throwing this bigger Shikari because it's diving down to that perfect 4 to 5 foot zone for me, where I'm ripping it right on the top edge of that grass, where I can see some of these fish meandering. It's got a big profile that matches the local bait fish, and here it's the California hitch or the Clear Lake hitch. And the water is really clear right now, so I'm throwing a pretty translucent natural color. And I'm experimenting with my cadence and my retrieve to try to trigger a reaction from these fish. A jerkbait is one of my favorite baits to fish, day in and day out. You can just do so much with it, with the rhythm and the cadence, and be very versatile on how you apply this lure. And I'm just gonna keep playing with it here. Sometimes I sweep the rod with a couple twitches. The length of your paws can matter. I actually do really well on these sweeping retrieves with these bigger minnow or jerkbait style baits. And it's a retrieve and technique that I don't see a whole lot of guys employing. It's just a pull, pause, twitch, twitch occasionally, pull, pause, rinse and repeat. For whatever reason, that triggers a lot of good bites for me. And I'm honestly really impressed with how this Shikari moves. The reason why I actually started fishing some of the bigger minnow profile baits with that pull pause retrieve was because they didn't really do much when you jerked them. And this is where the Shikari differs. It's got like some pretty nimble action. That thing is darting all over the place on even really aggressive jerks, and it's not blowing out and foul hooking itself. So it allows me to incorporate a more traditional snap retrieve with a typical jerk bait, but it also allows me to sweep it and really mix up my retrieve. But you can catch bass on a jerkbait like a Shikari year round. And right now it's such an effective tool for me to cover this big flat here. I mean, from here to that other point, a mile up, is scattered grass, and with it some scattered bass. So I can make these really long casts, rip this bait around, and hopefully find these bigger active fish that are dialed in on this big bait fish down here quickly. Oh, that's a blast. We're shooting on public water here, pressured fish. Context always matters. Anybody can catch bass on a private pond or an easy fishery, but we are on a lake that gets pummeled, and these fish are pummeling these baits.